Welcome back. We have Elma Schemenauer joining us on the show. She is the author of this book. It's called Yester Canada, Historical Tales of Mystery and Adventure. Welcome to the show, Elma.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Nice to be here.
It's great to have you. I have taken a brief look through your book, read a couple of the stories. It's fantastic. But I have to say this. Elma has authored 75 books in her lifetime. I find this wildly impressive. That's amazing.
Well, a lot of them are children's books.
Still.
So it helps because they're shorter.
Yes, of course. What drives you to write all of these books? I mean, I think it's amazing that you've done so much.
Well, I think I just like to write. That's just my thing. And when I was in Toronto, I had a lot of opportunities there. I worked for publishing houses and had opportunities that scared me.
Sure.
But then you say, oh, well, I'll try.
Good for you. I think it's good to be scared of the opportunities and then seize them. That's what makes you grow.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Let's talk about this. There's 30 tales in here. One of them has to do with the fact that camels used to roam the land around Kamloops wild. And there's a reason for that having to do with the gold rush era.
Yes. Yes, in 1862, some of them were brought in. They were supposed to be pack animals to take the miners' supplies up to the gold fields in the Cariboo. And it seemed like such a good idea, but it didn't work.
And why is that?
Well, because their feet weren't good for walking on the rocks. Their feet are adapted for walking on sand, so their feet would get cut up. And the other animals on the trail just hated them because they were so different. They would, like the pack animals, the mules and horses would stampede when they came. So finally, people decided it just wasn't working. So some of them were sold and the rest were just turned loose.
Set free.
Set free near Kamloops and other similar areas in the dry interior because it was thought that they would be more or less comfortable.
But they died off. They didn't stick around.
Well,
obviously.
they lived for years. Actually, some of them lived for years. They never multiplied. They never felt comfortable enough, I guess, to have baby camels. But they lived for years. The last one died at Westwold, in a ranch near Westwold.
Somebody took it in and sheared it every spring and used its fur for pillow cushions, I think.
Yes, yes.
Interesting story.
Oh, it is.
Another story about a BC ship that sort of disappeared. The Bay Chimo, the SS Bay Chimo disappeared. It's never been found. It got caught in ice around Alaska. It's never been found. Now it's in the 20s. It's never
been found, and it was seen that it disappeared, I think, in 1931, and it's been seen several times since. I think the last time was 69.
Really?
And as people who know about ships, they can't believe that this thing would still, because without anybody on board to guide it, how could it still survive?
Seaworthy?
And in 2006, the government of Alaska started an investigation. They still figured it was important and relevant to investigate what happened to the Bay Chimo.
Isn't that interesting?
And nobody knows.
We have about a minute left. It's ridiculous how quickly the time goes. But where do you get the inspiration for all 30? I mean, do you just pick and choose? They're from all across the country, not just BC. Where did you get the inspiration for each?
Well, I like mystery and I like adventure.
Yeah.
And my husband, Bob, he likes the same. So he has more or less egged me on to these things.
Good.
And when we could visit places where these stories took place, we did. And so I just got inspired and did them over a number of years.
So you got your homework done by visiting some of the areas?
Yes, and by talking to some of the people involved. And then, of course, you have to do a lot of library research and internet research to fill in the details.
Fantastic. Where can people get this book, Yester Canada, if they'd like to get a copy of it?
Okay, it's at the Art Gallery gift shop, and it's at the Book Place between Victoria and on 3rd, between Victoria and Seymour. And it's also at St. Joseph's Bookstore across from the church on Nicola. And it's at Legends.
Perfect.
Legends by Gourmet Greens.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations on your most recent publication.
Thank you.
Your 75, Elma. If you're interested as well, her website up there on the screen as well. If you would like to take that down and contact Elma, I'm sure she'd love to hear from you. Thank you very much for being here.
Well, thank you very much. Yes.
Quick break. We'll be back with the one-day weather forecast when we return. Stay with us.